Thank you and namaste and welcome to the national webinar on new digital literacy orientation program. Coming together is always a beginning and staying together is a process and working together is a success. It is literally true that you can succeed best and quickest by helping others to succeed. I, Dr. Deepa Chandran, Senior Principal of Sri Sharda Vidyalaya Kaladi, and it is indeed my pleasure to be the moderator of such a wonderful initiative, which is jointly organized by Infosys, MBITS Kodamangalam, and Kochi Metro Sahodaya. I would like to say that you have all made an absolutely secure decision of being a part of such a national webinar on new digital literacy initiative, that is Introduction to Infosys Head Start. In the cutting edge of the world, digital platform has gained a lot of significance, and let us take this opportunity to empower and equip ourselves with digital and life skills. We at Kochi Metro Sahodaya always believe in the progress and upskilling ourselves. I am reminded at this juncture about a story of a woodcutter, one Mr. John, who goes to his person who employed him and asks him why I am paid a lesser salary than Mr. Bill, who doesn't work till the time which I work, but he earns more than me. The employer said, you are not able to give me the output what the other Mr. Bill is trying to do. He tries his best to give that output, but he is not. So he goes to the employer and asks why again. So he is asked to ask Mr. Bill why I am paid less. He goes to Mr. Bill and asks him why I am paid less, but when you don't work till what I work, the time you take. So the Mr. Bill's reply is the one which takes us a motto for Kochi Metro Sahodaya people, especially principals like us, is that you please check that you are sharpening your axis or not. I sharpen my axis after every hour and take some time to sharpen it. So it gives me much productivity later, and which enhances my productivity. So we as educators, we as people should think about sharpening our axis, upskilling ourselves, opening our ears and eyes for new changes. So we are here for this national webinar. So let's start this webinar with a prayer song from Rekha. Rekha R. Pillai, who is the Vice Principal of Sri Sharda Vidyalaya. Rekha, over to you now.
Thank you, ma'am. Chandameriya Povilum Shabalabhamam Shalabhatilum Sandatam Karatariyennoru Chitra Chaturi Katiyum Handacharu Kadakshamalagal Arkarashmiyamitium Chintayamani Mandiratil Vilangumishane Valtuvin Chintayamani Mandiratil Vilangumishane Valtuvin.
Thank you, Rekha. National webinar on new digital literacy initiative, an introduction to Infosys Head Start, jointly organized by Infosys, which doesn't need any introduction for anyone here. MBITS Kodamangalam, Kochi Metro Sahodaya. Infosys Head Start is a digital platform that includes learning, content developing, Infosys and leading content providers spanning across digital and emerging technologies and life skills. Info Head Start is powered by Infosys Wigspan, an integrated digital learning and collaboration platform. Through this initiative, Infosys plans to empower over 10 million people with digital and life skills by 2025. Target group is between 10 to 22 years. This is an initiative for enabling digital skills at scale. So to welcome you all to this program or this webinar, we have with us Dr. P. Sojan Lal, the principal of MBITS Kodamangalam, who has more than 30 years of blended experiences with major international major international petroleum companies in the Middle East and premier educational institutions in India, who has also received the Best Principal Award 2020 by CEGR, Center for Education, Growth and Research, New Delhi, India, for his welcome address. So over to you now.
Good. Thank you, Dr. Deepa Madam, for giving the introduction and giving a brief of New Digital Literacy Initiative. And it's really a great pleasure and honor on today evening to be over here for a joint program by this Infosys and Sahodaya and all our participants over here. And when we have thought of having this New Digital Literacy Initiative, particularly for the younger generation, we thought we'll have an introduction about this, what is happening and what is being expected and the queries and all. So once you know the target and the students, faculty members, parents, all are inspired, then we know that this will be a grand success. So with that discussion with Kiran sir of Infosys, we planned this one, and this was a little bit of short notice, but again, last 2-3 days we are working on this, and that is how we could see around 300 participants already joined, and I expect that some more people are also joining in this. Today we have Professor Dr. Vinod Kumar. He is a syndicate member of APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University, Tiruvandhuram. He is with us as a guest of honor. Sir, welcome, sir, to this program. So along with that, we have the President of Kochi Metro Sahodaya, Francis KM, and Mr. Jubi Paul, General Secretary of Kochi Metro Sahodaya, then the Principal of Tokaj Public School, Vaitila, Dr. Deepa Chandran, Registrar of Kochi Metro Sahodaya, and the Senior Principal of Sri Sarada Vidyalaya Kaladi. And we have the key eminent people from the Infosys, Mr. Victor Sundarraj, Head of Engineering Academy, Senior Lead Principal Educator, Training and Assessment. And we have our keynote speaker, Sri Kiran NG, Program Manager of Infosys Digital Literacy Initiative. Welcome all of you, along with all the participants from various parts of India, principals, directors, senior faculty members, students, parents. A very warm welcome to all of you for this program. As you're all waiting for listening to the initiatives, I'll not take much time on this. So we'll give more time for question answering sessions at the end of this program. So before starting this program, I advise everybody to have an understanding what is this program is all about and how this will be beneficial for us, and particularly because of the COVID situation, the distance is no matter. We can learn from any resources in the world. That is what this Infosys is bringing us. And in some of the platforms, this Infosys is giving a free resources to the tune of 80,000, which you are going to listen to that, and a lot of other facilities also. And it gives a wider spectrum of knowledge enhancement for our younger generation. And again, India being the youngest country, and again, this will be extremely useful for our next young generation. I request everybody to understand, take the note of this, and let us work together and let us achieve the whole nation and where do we stand and all these things and all. Looking forward, and I request to take once again welcome all of you for this great function. Over to you, Dr. Deepa.
Thank you, Dr. Sojan. As he rightly pointed out that, the digital system has come into every corner because we never expected that COVID would give us a new lesson, and COVID has actually blessed us to transform ourselves into a new world of digital economy. And today's Infosys step will be a great step towards empowering the youth of India. A seasoned leader with 20 years of experience in engineering competency development at corporate and academia, and has demonstrated effectively versatile capabilities through roles of leadership, program management, and specialist skills in core engineering. I now request Mr. Victor Sundarraj, Infosys, for his presidential address. May I?
Thank you so much, Deepa, for this introduction. Thank you, Dr. Sojan Lal, for the drive, and to you, to your colleagues, for bringing this up to the stage and sharing it with a larger audience so we can address and we can share this good news and this particular initiative to a larger audience so that many more people can be benefited. Let me share 3 key things, and then I will pass it on and hand it over to Kiran during his address. Number 1, Infosys has started this, what we call it as our journey of live enterprise a few years ago, about 3 to 4 years ago, right? So just like how we as a human being adapt to a variety of different situations that happens around us, how organizations can adopt, how organizations can learn and respond, learn and evolve into a better and better system. So that is what we call it as our live enterprise. It is how enterprises can be responsive, how enterprises can be intuitive, how enterprises can be responsive. So that is what our our mantra or our the new venture into we becoming first a live enterprise and navigating our clients into being a live enterprise, right? Which is resilient, whether it is pandemic or whether it is being disrupted by different technologies or different cultural or political backgrounds that time and again come and hit us. How we as individual living organization, organisms try to adapt itself. If organizations, right, whether it not just enterprises, it could be a school, it could be an university, it could be any institutions, or it could be an enterprise, how we can actually build systems in place, intelligence in place, so we are able to sense what is coming ahead and respond accordingly, and from all of this learn and become a better system day by day. So that was a journey that we have started few years ago, and as part of this, I think all of you will agree, many of the firms, many of the research firms have said, I think about 70 to 70% of all of our employees needs to be reskilled, or they are not prepared for jobs of tomorrow. So we have started this journey some years ago, about I think I should say 4 to 5 years ago, doing this digital transformation and reskilling of our own employees. So we call it as new foundations of IT, or what we call it as digital technologies, right? So we very easily put it up in the ABCD manner so that everybody remembers it. A for AI, machine learning, AR, VR, additive manufacturing, agile, and agile and DevOps. So these are things that forms under the A. And B for big data, blockchain. C for cybersecurity, cloud computing, right? D for digital, again, DevOps, and again, E for edge networks or IoT, what we call it as. So these are all different disruptive technologies that have actually evolved over a period of time, and now actually we are being we're very in a flash. I think all of us have actually adopted, we as individuals are adopted to many of these technologies, and we are using these technologies in our day-to-day life, right? So if you look back 5 years or 10 years ago, we did not have any of these Paytms or any of this Google Pays, which we use left and right now nowadays, right? The retail payments, or be it Ubers or like that kind of a transportation, right? We were not used to it, right? So many of these things, the communication in itself, we have leveraged, and these are, we, as a society, we have adopted. As enterprises, we have to adopt and become better. And towards this, the talents and skills are also needed to be built, not only in the enterprises and organization. I think these are some of the technologies which needs to be built, starting from the school days to college days, and to become actually a professional who are needed for the industries. So this is the first point I just wanted to share with all of you, where we are in our journey to become a live enterprise, and these new foundations of IT, or the ABCD skills, which are very essential in the current days. The second part is, as I said, so we have started this journey, and we have all of our 250,000 employees, as one of our initiative, put on this digital learning platform, or what we call it as a talent transformation platform, and reskill them, continuously enable them on variety of different skills and through different initiatives. So we thought, why don't we actually, as part of our own ESG goals, how can we make it available to the social learners, to to school children, say to college kids, or to the lifelong learning professionals. So that's how this particular initiative was born. And we have a great mission, as Deepa mentioned in the beginning. We have to actually skill about 10 million learners in the next 5 years. As I speak today, this is the same platform which is powering Infosys Learning, and this is the same platform which is powering close to about 35 to 40 of our clients are using this platform. That includes global giants as well as some of the top universities in the world are leveraging this platform for their day-to-day learning functionalities. And it's the same platform with the same capabilities are made available to all of you, to your schools, to educators, as well as to the learners, to the school kids, college graduates, and lifelong learners. And to talk about this particular platform, I can very briefly say we have built it as part of 4 core tenets, what we call it as: making learning convenient, making learning relevant, making learning fun, or what we call it as making learning engaged, or the last one is making it matter. So these are the 4 core tenets on which the platform has been built. When I say make it convenient, it is to facilitate learning anytime, anywhere, on any device. I'm sure, I think all of you will agree, in this pandemic, we are driven to work from anywhere. We are driven to learn from anywhere, right? Deliver classes from anywhere, and we have to continue business as usual, right? So not only that, even the learning across societies, across enterprises, across organizations have to be made available as a anytime, anywhere, any device kind of a mode, so as there is no barrier for people to learn, right? All that they need is just a device and the internet connection, and just get on and start learning. And many of these things, even as a kind of a paid learning, if you look at it, it's been available even for less than the cost of a burger or cost of a pizza, I normally say. So, but here is, Infosys have brought in this learning to the society, free of cost, and for everyone to learn and get skilled on digital as well as the lifelong skills. So that's about convenient. As we design the platform, you'll see people use many of the what do you call it as the features that they experience in the social platforms, right? Say like recommendations, right? I think if you search something in Amazon or Google, right, the next day when you log into the platform or go to any other social app, you get so much of recommendations. In the same way, our machine learning algorithm in the platform looks at what the learners are learning and gives them the recommendation what could be their next learning journey, right? So similarly, it has what we call it as a playgrounds, which are nothing but the sandbox environments for practice, right? Many times kids struggle, going to the getting a system which needs to have the right the capabilities or the the memory or the RAM and so on, and find the right installables. It takes a hell of time to install and get prepared to practice. Instead, this playgrounds on the platform helps them to just launch the machine and start exploring what they want to learn just in a click of a button. So, and there are many aspects of social learning which are part of the platform, where they can actually collaborate with the co-learners, ask the questions, right, and or pose a challenge. They can write blogs, right? They can, in the future, we are actually planning to bring in aspects of, adaptive learning, right? So, I think every learner is different, right? For a learner who is really good, we don't need to teach the same thing again and again. We just post an assessment, and if they're fine with that, they just switch to the next advanced topic, right? Or for the learner who is a slow learner, right, who needs to be taught in a different learning path, right? The system can actually provide a different a custom learning path for them. Or I think the generation that we are talking about is the new generation who are actually if I may use the word, addicted, right, to the games, right? So how we can actually bring in the aspects of gamification, leaderboard, badges, right, onto the platform. So these are all different aspects that are already part of the platform. So adaptive learning will be part of it. Collaborative learning collaboration will, digital classrooms will be coming in a month's time. And we are also going to bring in AR, VR and extended reality related contents, right? Whereby I'm sure the kids will love it to learn in an immersive environment to experience things and learn together. So these are different features which we thought will be very useful for the learners, and we have developed it, and the same capabilities, same platform is actually made available as part of the Infosys digital literacy program for all the learners in India. So this is a great mission that we are in. Mr. Kiran is actually leading it. The entire Infosys leadership and our education group is committed towards this program. We are actually rolling it out, a variety of different initiatives as part of it. We have done a Billionaire's Dream, a 1 week program. Next week, actually, we are going to have a program for the kids, what we call as a Catch Them Young, which is where they're going to interact with multiple experts across the society, from machine learning to societal aspects are going to be delivered and through that program. Many more master classes, what we call it as, are in store and going to come up through the platform. So we are really excited about this initiative, and we would like love all of you to leverage it and introduce this to your own kids, to your own school kids, college graduates and kids, and leverage it. So thank you so much once again, Dr. Sojan Lal, for this opportunity, and we are all with you towards this learning journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Victor, sir, because in his discussions, what he pointed out was of resilience, that I always call it as a law of bamboo, which comes back after difficult situations. And that is how our people also should learn. And Infosys ABCD was a good takeaway for all of us. And the platform which created for convenient, relevant, engaged, fund-based, and matter is also a thing. It is a great step forward because engaging is one of the important things, and convenience at any time is the need of the hour. So as Infosys always is a pioneer in all these type of projects, we are happy that they are reaching up to the school, to the age group of 10 to 22 years, which is nearly a time when we have to skill them naturally. When we talk about new education policies, 21st century skills, these can be developed through. So thank you, sir, for your wonderful presidential address and making us awakened about this. Now I request our guest of honor, Professor Dr. Vinod Kumar Jacob, who is the syndicate member of APJ Kalam University, who has put his 3 decades in the field of technical education and heading many of these examinations, and was chairman of many committees. May I request you, sir, to honor us with your presence and inaugural address.
Respected President of the meeting. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir, you are.
President of the meeting, Mr. Victor Sundarraj from Infosys, Dr. P. Sojan Lal, Principal of MBITS, Mr. Kiran NG from Infosys again, Mr. K. Francis, Kochi Metro Sahodaya, Mr. Jubi Paul, General Secretary, Kochi Sahodaya and Principal of Tokach Public School, Moderator Dr. Deepa Chandran, again from Cochin Metro, and Senior Principal of Sharada Vidyalaya Kalani, and my dear participants, good evening to one and all. At the outset, I would like to congratulate Infosys for organizing such a seminar with a view of imparting digital skills to students across India in the age group of 10 to 22, and would also like to express my gratitude to the organizers, especially MBITS and Sahodaya, for inviting me. Let me also take this opportunity to appreciate Dr. Sojan Lal P and the management of MBITS for organizing series of such programs, even during the pandemic. COVID pandemic disrupted our life badly, of course, disrupted our life badly. But this could bring in certain advantages. I should say that, especially an advancement of at least 5 years, digital advancement of at least 5 years all over the world. As Victor Sundarraj rightly pointed out, this leads us to work from home, learn from home, and even many of the institutes, many of the competitive examinations have been made proctored. Still, we can hear complaining sound from each nook and corner. I'm not able to move in. I'm not able to move out. I'm missing my campus life, my social life, so on and so forth. But according to me, this is a reality wherein people should take advantage of this type of seminars and knowledge transfer mechanism. I think in my inaugural speech, I should focus on the relevance of this type of seminars and how it can bridge the gap between the academics. So you might have, and maybe focusing more on Kerala scenario. You might have noticed that the Kerala state government has launched Kerala Knowledge Economy Mission, which aims to transform the state to a knowledge economy. The initiative was announced in the state budget last June 4th. The mission will promote innovative ideas, coordinate knowledge initiatives, and equip young people with updated skills. At the heart of the initiative is a comprehensive digital platform for educated youngsters, which would help them upskill, enhance knowledge, and empower to face the challenges of ever-changing job market. This digital platform will create a great opportunity for those who took a break from work and jobless. As you all aware, our homemakers, the honorable homemakers, I should say, skilled, qualified. So they prefer to take care of their family, prefer to take care of their kids. And maybe after 40s, they may feel that they want to come back to job. The Gulf returnees, probably because Gulf or foreign returnees, jobless, they want to come back to a life. So this platform will give a path or way or a connectivity with global employers. They can upskill and earn more knowledge preferred by the employers. This will create at least 3 lakh jobs in a year, and Kerala government also provide certain benefits such as insurance, loan assistance for the entrepreneurs through this platform. I would also like to say that APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University had set up the Kerala Digital Workforce Management System. The first of its kind massive digital platform is expected to create 20 lakh jobs in next 5 years by connecting trained youth with global job market and leading private sector enterprises. Kerala Development and Innovation Strategic Council, you might have heard about it, KDISC, a strategic think tank and advisory body set up by the government of Kerala, is spearheading the mission. As all aware, the creation of knowledge which triggers and drives innovation and development plays a decisive role in building a knowledge society. Since knowledge creation is being carried out through a wide knowledge networks, there are different competing agencies and diverse organizations engaged in this process. In addition to the universities, hence, in addition to education and research, higher education institutions and universities are expected. We have more expectation from our typical higher education institutions and universities. They are expected to augment economic growth in collaboration with diverse stakeholders, including industries like and other type of industries. In a way, universities are challenged to take
Vinod sir, please keep your video off and continue.
social
Vinod sir, it appears you have a low bandwidth, so kindly keep your video off and please continue.
I think sir lost his connection.
I think.
Can we go on to, by the time sir rejoins, can we continue with our, so
Please,
that we don't
please
lose
go
the
ahead.
time?
Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. As he was APJ Abdul Kalam University, which is spearheading in Kerala by Technological University, which has started with a need of the hour. I think sir will be joining us back because he lost his connection. Sir, are you there? Vinod sir?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, now
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Vinod,
We can hear you. Yeah, please sir.
kindly put up the
I-
video. Vinod, please put up the video, then continue.
Oh, okay, sir. Sorry.
Yeah. Please continue and close.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is, I would like to convey the role of universities to create employability or better employability. So universities will have to push through significant changes concerning their vision and mission plans and practices so as to develop appropriate mechanisms to ensure high quality education, novel ways to create knowledge and to create and enhance innovation. It is understood that the government of Kerala would also constitute a high power commission to examine the education system and suggest steps to rebuild the sector to develop capacity for knowledge creation. It is heard that a restructuring had been targeted from school level to higher education level, including research to spur knowledge production and ensure its wide application across Kerala. In the present world, knowledge may be produced in diverse institutions and organizations outside the academia, namely think tanks, commercial labs, consultancy companies, market research organizations, foundations, government bodies, various NGOs, trade associations, and even unthinkable actors can launch services that normally belong to the sphere of higher education. Hence, universities ought to suggest reforms that will facilitate the generation of innovation in collaboration with all these diverse agencies like industry, business, and other cited societal stakeholders so as to meet the needs of knowledge society. There's a focus on knowledge creation and continuous generation of innovation demands a systematic change in the traditional academic and administrative structure and vision mission plans of the universities. Precisely to meet requirements of knowledge society, universities will have to assume a more dynamic, inclusive, socially responsible and sustainable role that addresses the needs of rapidly changing context. Let me take 2 more minutes to bring to your kind attention that the International MSME Day 2021 is being observed today. A mere coincidence. Densely populated state like Kerala may not be able to look for big industries rather than think about more and more SMEs and MSMEs. Obviously, the MSME sector has been rendered vulnerable by the pandemic, necessitating concerted efforts to combat the stress and focus on revival of the sector at national and state level. Government of India brought in two major schemes in this regard. And here we should proudly say that the small state of Kerala has announced roadmap for its industrial commitment through, we can say that Cochin Bangalore Industrial Highway, Medical Devices Park, Mega Food Park, Petrochemical Park, Spices Park, Small Industries Park, Defense Park, and so on. I would like to say, you, the new gen, are the luckiest happen to born in this era and in a right place through though natural calamities and pandemic is bringing in hardships. That is part of the game, I should say. Take it as a challenge. I am put forwarding this with substantiating evidence. With approximately 1.2 billion wireless subscribers and 7.5 million internet subscribers, India is the second largest and one of the fastest growing markets for digital consumers. Kerala, with a vision of 100% internet connectivity, is the only one state which offers its own internet facility through KFON. And this digital advancement will have a potential to raise productivity of agriculture, manufacturing, and business, as well as improve delivery of public services such as health and education. എനിക്കൊന്നേ പറയാനുള്ളൂ, ജർമ്മൻ മാത്തമാറ്റീഷ്യൻ പോൾ ഗോസ് പറഞ്ഞതുപോലെ ജീവിതം നിങ്ങളുടെ മുന്നിൽ സർവസുന്ദരമായി വിടർന്നു നിൽക്കും. Life is here in front of me as a spring. Only thing you have to do is think outside the box. Everyone is born with an instinct of success and ability to make it. There is no limits of possible. As Arthur C. Clarke rightly pointed out, the limits of the possible can only be defined by going beyond them into the impossible. With these few words, let me declare the event inaugurated and wish you all the very best. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Vinod Kumar Jacob, for awakening us and telling us that there are greater responsibilities for the schools and colleges to take it up, because employability skills, as we have already started doing it in our schools by the CBSE curriculum, and also I think all of us are stressing on it, and by schools and universities enhancing innovation and more dynamic and inclusive sustainable roles. You have alerted the educators that our role is far beyond to create people who think out of the box, to be more creative, to be having a skill of 21st century to suit to the needs of any change whatsoever happens. So it has connected you to the first speaker of the Infosys himself, that resilience is what we have to learn by learning these skills. Now it is the time for inviting Mr. K.A. Francis, who is the president of Kochi Metro Sahodaya. As I have already mentioned, Kochi, he had nearly 3 decades of his contribution in the field of education as a leader, who has led Confederation of Kerala Sahodaya complexes also, and the founder president of Kochi Metro Sahodaya. Our team of Kochi Metro Sahodaya envisages and supports every change and which brings out the best in a child. So over to you, Mr. K.A. Francis, for your felicitation.
Respected dignitaries from Infosys, Mr. Victor Sundarraj, Mr. Kiran N.G., guest of honor, Professor Dr. Vinod Kumar Jacob, MBITS Principal Dr. P. Sojan Lal, my counterparts in Kochi Metro Sahodaya, Mr. Jubir Paul, General Secretary, Dr. Deepa Chandran, Treasurer and Moderator of this program. All my listeners, principals, managers, teachers and students. Today, we are witnessing the glorious occasion of a significant moment. Infosys, one of the most leading companies in corporate sector, has come up with the idea of utilizing its CSR fund to support the education sector. Digital literacy initiative by the name Infosys Head Start is going to move the education world. Today, in the new normal scenario, everything is in online mode. Education sector is trying its level best to cope with the situation by seeking the support of different platforms available in the market. But as we proceed, we find many operational limitations are there in each platform. It is in this juncture we find Infosys, like giant organization, can do a lot in making things easy and workable. Adding to it, the services are made free of cost to the students and educational institutions. In this noble venture, Kochi Metro Sahodaya, a cluster of CBSE schools in Kerala, are very happy to associate with Infosys and MBITS Engineering College to take this idea forward and to bring out realizable goals. I wish all the best for this humanitarian approach from Infosys and assure all support, whatever manner they want. And I do not want to prolong much because we are very much eager to listen to the details of this project from the Infosys people. So wishing you all the best and have a nice time. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Francis K.A. for extending the support of Kochi Metro Sahodaya for this digital literacy campaign. By now, as he rightly pointed out, every one of us here, nearly to 500 people, are waiting to hear to Mr. Kiran, who is from Infosys, who is going to put forward before us what he has in his box for the students and the age group of 10 to 22 for his. Now over to Mr. Kiran for his presentation. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you, Dr. Sojan and Francis and the other dignitaries for giving us this opportunity to present our ideas and our vision and what we have planned, so that you can also have an opportunity to first-hand experience and also listen and also make a decision of if this is really useful for you and how this can be useful for your friends or colleagues or even relatives in the learning journey, and also how we are planning to help you even once you complete your learning, how to make yourself employable, improve your employability chances, or if you want to be an entrepreneur, so then we have something in store for you, and how you can also learn not only the concepts, even a lot of hands-on things as well in terms of Makers Lab, which we are bringing in across in India. So let me briefly share one of the simple presentation, and then I will come back to presenting our portal. Okay, so here what we have presented is the number of Creative Commons content available in the internet today. So this is more than 100, which before we launched, we did really study on what areas we need to focus when we launch. So these are from the renowned institutes, whether it is MIT, which is Massachusetts Institute of Technology, or Berkeley Universities, or Colorado University, or Khan Academy, or even in India through MHRD, Diksha is being rolled out by the Ministry of HRD and the Education Department, and Khan Academy is there in a big way in most of the languages. So even then, why we feel we by adding one more portal to this mix will not overwhelm or will not basically cause confusion, and how we are planning to add value. Okay, so here is what gives us confidence. Why adding one more will not basically cause any confusion. Rather, it definitely is going to add value while you are learning. Whether the audience which we are planning is starting from 6th standard onwards, that is 10 plus years, and up to 22 years until you complete your education. So first is even our presence, because we are present in about 12 states in India. That is more than 200,000 of us. So definitely we are very eager and interested to give back to the society, even if we take out a couple of hours in a week, So 200,000 of us taking a couple of hours is going to add a lot of value. If any of you would like any specific doubts cleared or any mentoring is required, which we are making it possible through our portal in a structured way. So what we are bringing on through the portal is the content on digital literacy skills. So we are bringing in technology skills in about 21 buckets, which I will briefly touch upon when I demonstrate the portal. And we are bringing in the content even for life skills or soft skills. So thus bringing in the 360-degree development of an individual to become a self-reliant citizen of India or of this world. So that's what we are planning to bring in. Then, of course, we are also to help you over and above you learning the concepts. We are bringing in Makers Lab. So this is in line with what NEP 2020, the Atal Tinkering Lab kits to be the minimum, and we are going to go beyond what is prescribed in ATL. Okay, so we are going to bring in a lot of emerging technology kits and content, be it the laser cutting machine, 3D printers, or 5G equipments, or Internet of Things, computer vision. Then there will be robots which you can design and you can create robots. Then things like drones which you can have. So which is required for 21st century digital skills, all the required things which you would like to learn in an experiential way, we are going to make it available. This is in fact one of the blueprint of our Makers Lab, which is as we speak is being constructed. This is the architect's blueprint. So here, in addition to the equipment, we are also going to ensure this is supported by the experts. That each of these, wherever we are present currently in 12 states, in phase 1, we are going to bring 12 Makers Lab in all these cities. So this will have the experts who are going to mentor the people who are going to use this. So this will have at a time about 60 students can come and make use of it, even though this will have higher capacity because the current COVID situation, we will limit it to about 60 people at a time. And this will be open throughout the week. So any day the students can come and make use of it, about half a day to full day in a batch this college can bring in. So we are also going to set this up as a startup ecosystem. That means the learners are going to learn on our portal. As Mr. Sojan and Victor said in the beginning, we already have made about 80,000 resources available, more than 2,700 courses. That means most of the content which is required by be it computer science or electronics or instrumentation engineers are already available. So when they are learning the skills, whether it is the design skills or technical skills or computer skills, so once they learn, then they can come and create the working prototypes in this lab. So once they successfully prove the concept, then through our mentors, through industry experts, we are going to bring in expertise so that they will be guided on how to basically articulate the business case, how they can present to the potential funders, so that if they would like to become an entrepreneur and start on their own, it's an excellent opportunity. So the devices and the kits and the ecosystem which we are going to provide, this will be on par with any of the leading universities across the world. So being in India, our students has to get exposed to international facilities. That is our idea. And our dream is the only resistance for any of the students to learn should be only their interest and their time. So we want to take out any hurdle for them, whether be it infrastructure or content or a Makers Lab like this. So this is our idea in short. So while we are doing this, actually the Head Start initiative went live about 8 weeks back. With we did the soft launch with some of the colleges which we knew, and then we opened it up through our Campus Connect initiative. Currently, more than 200. We just crossed today 300,000 learners. So that we are very proud. In fact, we have exceeded the target. This quarter, we were targeting about 250,000 learners. So already we have crossed 300,000 learners, and with about more than 300 colleges. So we expect, we thought we are adding value to the colleges and student learners in India. To our pleasant surprise, some of the universities abroad are also watching us. They are keenly looking at what we are doing. Because everybody is aware that today there is a huge digital divide across the world. It is not just the problem in India. It is problem across the world. It is there's a huge difference between haves and have-nots. People who have access to internet and smartphone or laptops versus people who don't have it. So as a result, about 4 students from Stanford University worked with us over last 2 months to understand what we are doing and how we are able to sustain this and how we are able to scale it up. The idea was twofold. One is to learn from our experience and also to share with us some of the experiences from the enterprises and NGOs which are already doing in the underdeveloped countries, be it Africa, sub-Saharan Africa, basically. Then it was a good learning experience for us as well. That means we got to know how these digital literacy initiatives are being rolled out even in countries which are poorer than India, so that we can learn from that experience and we can take corrective actions and scale up as we move forward. Similarly, Arizona State University also happens to use the same platform which we are now offering it free of cost to all of you in India. So this we have sold it to Arizona State University in the US. So then they were pleasantly surprised to hear about our initiative, which we are trying making it free for all the learners here in India. So in principle, they have agreed to give their content up to K-12 as well as for the college students, the universal learner content to be made freely accessible on our platform to all of you if you would like and if it adds value to you. So like this, multiple universities across the world are ready to join hands with us by knowing one is we are well known to them because we keep taking and hosting their students as global interns every year. On an average, we host about 2,000 of them. Okay. So like this, multiple universities are working with us, closely watching us, and they are giving us the feedback so that we can take the corrective actions as we go. So here is the URL to get into our portal. I will quickly take you to the demo. Before that, if there are any questions, you can put it in the chat window. I will address that, and then I will walk you through the portal. Since I also have some of my colleagues also in the audience, so either I will answer them directly or some of my colleagues will answer in the chat window. So please feel free to ask any questions which you have in the chat window. Okay.
Anyone?
Yeah, go ahead, ma'am.
Anyone in the chat would like to ask questions, please do.
Okay, now let me switch over to the portal. So please keep adding the questions in the chat window. Okay, there's a question about when the sessions will start. So this is not about the instructor-led sessions, even though I will talk about the masterclass series which we are going to bring in as part of this. But we expect bulk of the learning to happen in a self-paced way. Means all the content which we have brought in can be consumed on your own. So at the time of your choice and on the device of your choice. So, and since we have the wide variety of resources, as I said, I'm going to briefly show it to you, more than 2,700 resources, courses, and more than 80,000 resources. And this we have curated from multiple renowned sources in the world. Just to give an example, just in last 4 weeks, we have purchased content worth more than $1 million to make it help for all of your learners, because this we have carefully curated using our experience of over last 4 decades in this space, because we are one of the largest corporate universities. So we have been training more than 35 to 40,000 of our fresh engineers every year. So with that experience, as well as our volunteers, CSR, we also have CSR volunteers in all the 12 states where we operate. So for example, in Bangalore, we are 35,000 of us. So on an average, about 200 of us used to go every weekend to the government schools across the state. We are in Karnataka. And on an average, we used to touch about 50 to 60,000 children on various aspects, be it in academics, or be it in health and hygiene, or be it in their ensuring their malnutrition is taken care. So like that, we are not new to this space. So especially the government schools and the rural areas. So we are present in this space over the last 15 years. So we understand the children's learning psychology. And of course, we are dealing with more than 400 engineering colleges through our Campus Connect initiative. So we have carefully curated the content required. So coming back to the answers about the sessions, yes, you are free to, I will also show how you can identify the courses which you need, as well as how you can create your own learning list or follow a learning path, or your teachers or we as volunteers can also suggest some of the learning paths which you can follow depending on what's your objective or what you want. And some of the colleges have already started offering electives on our platform. That is where the value add goes to the next level. That means the entire learning will happen on our platform, including the certification. So you will earn credits for learning on our platform. In fact, we are also closely discussing with Dr. Sojan on how to introduce one of the very latest technology, 5G technology course on our platform. So if everything goes through fine in next few weeks, the 5G technology will be made, the content will be made available, the renowned experts in the world on the same platform. And of course, there will be a specific entry criteria to qualify for this course, and you can make best use of that while sitting at home at your comfort. So this will also include the video proctored certification so that you can earn end-to-end, you can earn credits, and also you can improve your employability skills. Okay. So here are the content which we have made available. As Victor was mentioning, starting tomorrow, we are conducting this interesting program for young students starting from 6th standard to 12th standard. So if any of you are having students in this age group, please encourage them. I will briefly talk to you on how to register for this program. Already, the registration was open for last 1 week, and we are very proud to see more than 12,000 youngsters have already registered for this program. And this will be done on our own collaboration platform called Meridian, which has capacity to handle more than 20,000 students at a time. So, in fact, last week, our Infosys annual general body meeting, all shareholders meeting happened on the same platform. So we have tested this, and again, this Meridian or this collaboration platform is being open to all schools and colleges who are going to use Head Start platform starting next month. So all of you, all the colleges can make use of it free of cost. Again, you are not going to be limited by the number of students or number of parallel classrooms which can go on at the same time. So second one, this we have already covered the coverage. Then very soon we are also going to bring in content for visually impaired people. We know when we look at the target of 10 million students in next 5 years, a good percentage of them will be visually impaired, which we are aware. Some percentage will also be hearing impaired, where there is some effort to see how we can make it friendly for the both visual impaired and hearing impaired. So very soon we would like to make a difference to them as well. Then of course digital literacy content in about 21 buckets which we have already brought in. So we will keep adding more and more content as we get the more feedback, and once the learners start using the content on our platform. So this cybersecurity is a very important thing today. We keep hearing about a lot of scams. Even the educated people are being duped. So we would like to encourage, starting from middle school, the children, we would like to lay a good foundation so that even as simple as how to create a strong password, how to ensure that they don't keep writing the password somewhere and they will lose it and they will end up causing inconvenience to them and their parents. So like this, we are able to bring in gamified content so that they would love to understand this space in an interesting way without getting bored. Otherwise, what happens is any of these safety tips, it will get monotonous and they will start getting bored. So the last one is about money management and financial management, whether it's microfinance or insurance space or how stocks and shares work. So this content we are going to make it available through another startup which we have joined hands with us, and they are going to make it available free of cost to all of you. So like this, we want the youngsters to start learning money management early in their career. That's the idea. So here you can see the commitment from our managers, management, including our chairman and CEO and COO. Then here is the content which we have made available, whether it's core skills or life skills or lifelong skills or behavioral skills. And the that means lifelong skills means even after you complete your education, let's say after 22 years, we don't want you to discontinue, or we are not going to deactivate your ID. You are more than welcome to continue your learning on our platform. Interestingly, when we were presenting to some of the parents in one of the high school, when they were launching, then they wanted to present this to their parents first, so that their children should not get overwhelmed because of this during pandemic. You are also hearing when education department is cutting the curriculum, or there is a lot of pressure on them what to study or what not to study, etc. Now, when we are adding one more platform like this, then we didn't want the parents to get concerned. So to our pleasant surprise, even the parents came back and asked, can we also come learn on this platform? So that gave us confidence, yes, whatever we are thinking, yes, it is going to really help the citizens of India. So that's how we are open. Means even the parents of the children can also make use of it. So because we believe the learning cannot stop just because you are out of college. Because even today, even after 3 decades or 4 decades, with the who are experienced in our own company are learning on the same platform. Okay. So let me, good to see a lot of testimonials which are also flowing in for the early adopters. These are heads of the colleges who have started using our platform.
Hello everyone, I am Dr. Ratnavel.
They have given us a good feedback, and we have hosted here for your perusal. Now let me quickly log in, and today as I speak, we have the same platform is available in 3 languages: English, Hindi and Marathi. So very soon we are going to make it available in major Indian languages, including Malayalam. So this, even though engineering and most of the colleges are studying in English medium, especially for the middle school and high school, we feel this is going to add a lot of value, especially in the government schools where still the education is happening in their mother tongue. So we are soon going to make it available in most of the Indian major languages in India. So to log in, if you want to log in today, right now, it is possible. You can use your Gmail and click on this Google icon, you can get in, or if you can use any of your email ID if you have any other ID, or your school or college ID. Otherwise, if the college or the school wants to do the bulk registration, if the school wants to register for all of your students, then we would be more than happy to do that. So just I will share some of the details. One basic simple agreement means one permission which you need to give. Since we will be processing your students' learning data, you have to formally permit Infosys to be the data processor. The school or college will definitely continue to be the data controller, because the students' data belongs to you. And once you give us that permission, then you give us the list of your students in an Excel sheet, in a simple Excel sheet, just the first name, last name, and their email ID. We will use their email ID as their login ID for our portal, and we will create the password, and they can get going as maybe in next 2 days time itself. Advantage with that is your head of your school will have access to the 100% learning data of your students, as well as you can we will help you to create your own custom page. I will also show some of the colleges who have already come in, how they have created their home page, which will help basically to curate the content which is required by your own students. Now let me log in. And in addition, if there are minors, that means if they are in middle school or high school or 11th or 12th, if they are coming in directly, then their parents have to consent it formally. So if they are coming independently, then their parents have to log in and permit. Otherwise, it will not allow them to continue. Otherwise, if the school or colleges are bringing in, schools are bringing in the minor students, then there is a format in which the schools can get the parent consent, but then we can do that in bulk. So that then we can speeden up that parental consent if the schools are bringing in their students. Now let me quickly log in. So here on the top, we have announcements. So as you can see, for the registration is still going on for CASDMing. If any of your students are in the 6th standard to 12th standard age group, they can just log in here, click here, then it just takes very minimum information like first name, last name, their grade, sixth, any grade, and their email. That's all is required, and they have to just accept this privacy notice and then register. So it's very simple. So the advantage is, let me show you the kind of people whom we have brought, whom we have brought in next week. So you can see the renowned speakers. It will be inaugurated by Mrs. Rohini Nilekani, who is wife of our chairman, Mr. Nandan Nilekani. So she is going to speak about biodiversity, climate, and impact. Then we have Anuradha Pati, who is the program director for Hand and Handmade Foundation. Then I am going to speak on how the digital literacy mission touching the young minds, what we are targeting for the younger students. So already we are conducting creative computing sessions every Sunday. This we are going to expand it to the weekdays, and we have a lot of interesting content which we have curated, as you can see below, as Victor was mentioning, ABCD of IT. This you can directly start accessing right now if you just log in. So this we have curated this content specifically for the younger audience. Okay, whether it is in the health and hygiene, whether it is finance and savings, whether it is in the personal growth. So a lot of interesting content and a lot of gamification also we have brought in. That means the students while learning, they can have also a lot of fun while learning. Okay. So then this is for the day one, that is Monday. Then day two, we have our colleague, he's going to talk about augmented reality and virtual reality. Then we have Mr. Jerry Gupta. He also happens to be one of the professors in MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology in the US. He is very passionate to give back to society, him being an Indian himself. So he's going to talk about societal benefits of AI and its ethical consideration. So he's a very renowned and experienced professor. You can just check out his LinkedIn and get to know more about his understanding. So like this, we have brought in the experts across the world for the benefit of your students, okay, at the comfort of their home. And the idea is to ignite their aspirations. Just look at some of the other participants. For example, Deepthi Bopaya, she is the executive director of Go Sports Foundation. She is going to talk about how you can shape your career and find a career in sports itself, how you can become an international athlete, how you can represent India for Olympics. So they are preparing the students, irrespective of their background, to play in the international area. So like this, we have very interesting a group of people whom we have lined up. So please encourage your students to register starting now itself, so that before we close, because maximum 10,000 is what we are going to basically we are planning. So to achieve 10,000, we know at least if we allow up to about 15,000, usually that's what we have seen. So up to about 15,000, we are going to accept the nominations. Please go ahead and encourage your students to nominate right away. So coming back to how we have curated the content, for example, since it is self-driven, so one is definitely there are various playgrounds which Victor mentioned. I will talk about playgrounds. Before that, how your students are, be it the younger students or the college students, can quickly navigate the content. We have created 3 buckets here. One is the inception, which is the entry-level content. So here you can see the digital literacy content, the introductory content, and the inception, the life skills. For example, today's, we know that the English speaking is also a big challenge, the business writing, because most of the students, because of this social media, they are using only abbreviations. So here, in this case, they will get a formal way of, with good example on how they can communicate with their peers, then with their teachers or with their seniors. And for the college students, once they start preparing for interviews, once they start appearing for the interviews, how they can basically articulate their ideas, or what question, how they are answering to the questions asked in a formal way, they will get to understand through these courses. And for English, we are going to have a specific focus, and we have brought in a very interesting content by one of the renowned content provider in the world, which we are also using for our own learning of our own fresh engineers, because that's what one thing which we are lacking even in the in the brightest candidates whom we recruit, they still lack, their English needs an improvement even when we hire them. So that then we want to ensure that the youngsters, when they are learning, imagine if we are able to train 10 million students in good English. That means when they come out, it is beneficial to everybody, not just us, right? It is going to benefit their own career, and wherever that will improve their learning, means employability skills as well. Then we have the building creative confidence. Again, we brand them as introverts and extroverts. So if they are an introvert, is it an handicap? So like that, we have very structured content which we have brought in for these building creative confidence. So usually all our courses are structured like this. You can see these are the resources which we call. These 8 or 10 resources are videos. Series of videos. Once you start, it will play. Once you click start button, it will start playing one by one.
I'm Simran, and I'll be one of your instructors for this module.
So as you can see on the right side, as and when I complete, the green tick will come in. So that means I have already completed these two courses, these two topics in this course. So like this, only when I complete all the video topics here, and I take this assessment at the end, then only this course will be marked as complete, and you will be issued a certificate. Okay, this certificate as of now it will be issued by Infosys. And going ahead, once we start collaborating with any of the colleges, like how we are doing for 5G technologies, then we will start issuing the joint certificate, which will be attested by both the organizations. And these certificates, for example, on the IT, which we are going to, the name of the certificate will look like Infosys Certified Data Scientist. So these are the industry standard certificates. This will be honored by most of the companies here in India, which are associated with NASSCOM, because our chairman, Mr. Praveen Rao, is also a COO of NASSCOM. So all the companies are going to honor the certificates which we are going to issue. So as a result, whatever learning they do on this portal, this is definitely going to improve the employability of your students wherever they go in India. And since this being a social platform, we are not going to recruit directly through this platform, but whatever learning they are doing on this platform are definitely going to be honored by Infosys when they apply for Infosys through the regular channel. So this is how, in an intuitive way, we have organized the content. So this is how all the courses are, more than 2,700 courses which you see. This is how they are organized. They are organized. Resources form the building blocks of the modules. Then the few modules will form the one course. Then couple of courses will form a program. This is the hierarchy of the content, and this is true whether it is a quiz or an assessment or a certification. And when your school or college comes on board, we are also going to open up the authoring access to your some of your admins or the couple of your professors who are authorized by your head of institute, or even all the professors, so that they can start creating the content which is required for teaching your own subject. In addition to leverage the content which we have provided on our portal, you are also free to author the content and host it side by side. Let me quickly show one of the portal, how one of the engineering colleges has done it, similarly how one of the high schools has done it, so that you will get an idea. So please keep questions coming up. There is a question, is it available for students of Trichy? Sir, this is available for students of India. So not just Trichy, anybody can make use of it. Now let me quickly see one of the, this is one of the engineering colleges in Maharashtra who have come in recently. So like this is a microsite, which one of the format which they have chosen. This is one of the simplest format. I will tell you another format which is also quite useful to you. So here they have brought in their a logo and their name, etc., and message from the head of institute. So here you can also bring in a video message if you want. Then for each of their branches, they have curated the content. For various branches, be it information technology or electronics engineering, so like this, they have brought the content. So so like that, the schools and colleges, they can curate the content. Now let me show. So one of the schools which they have brought in the content which they have created as well. So this content, as you can see, the layout is slightly different. Okay, and here we have created the sub-channels for each of the schools. So similarly, if it is an engineering college, you can create these sub-channels like class for various semesters. Then you can also showcase the facilities which you have. So with the activities happening. Good point is this portal can be updated any number of times. There is no limit. For example, even in a day, you can do a couple of times so that any activities happening in any of the facilities which you have. And again, this number of the tiles which you have, that you can also have as many as you want. And you can easily edit it as easily as you can edit a PowerPoint. Then you can showcase your academic excelling students as a bulletin board here with the name and event and the scores, etc. So if there are any sports, if there are achievers in sports or inter-school events, all those things you can showcase. Then you can also showcase the frequently asked question and your school or college contacts. Now, if you go into this specific, the sub-channels of the schools, so for example, in the class 10, here, as you can see, these are academic content which the school has created. This is created by the teachers of the respective schools. So we have a full-fledged authoring capability, which each of these it could be a video or it could be a PowerPoint, it could be a quiz, etc. So this can be, if you have a video or a PowerPoint presentation, etc., as small as in just 5 to 10 minutes, you can create each of these resources and you can bring it onto your channel page or a microsite. Then this particular school has also curated the model question papers and made it available. So interestingly, as and when they put in their own content as well as the content created by us, we see then the adaptability of the portal by the learners will increase. For example, the Walchand Engineering College, which I just showed, as soon as they published their microsite, we had about 15,000 of their students started learning on the platform. Similarly, the usage by this Vijaya High School peaked once they started the content as well as the model question paper. So here what you see is the timetable which they have published. This can be published early in the year, and this can be maintained through the year. Starting next month, we are also, once we release our collaboration platform Meridian, so each of these can become a hyperlink and it will lead to the virtual classroom of the particular teacher or a professor. So the advantage is you need not have to send any of the links to the students. They can come here directly, click here, and they can start again. They can start the sessions if it happens to be the instructor-led class. So good point is whether it is an online class or the instructor-led, when you go back to the physical class, you can continue to use the same platform, because this is also available on your mobile phone as well. Then you don't actually need your laptop to conduct a class. Once, if the content is already there, you can definitely use it. Or if you want to use any additional PPT on a platform, you can basically upload it beforehand itself from home itself. And then you can just take your mobile phone to the school and you can connect your mobile phone to the projector and start the class. So like that, once the content is hosted on our platform, you need not have to worry about any version management or backup, etc. And it is read-only, nobody can even download it. So it is quite safe. And as soon as you publish it, the students can access it even on their mobile app, wherever they are. That means instantaneously it gets published on cloud. So irrespective of which city they are in, they will get access to this content immediately. So in addition, this is about the microsites which you can get, the customized microsite. The next feature which is available is the assessment feature. So the assessment, you can have your own assessment either anyway for all the courses which we have brought in, we have assessment as well as certification. Most of them have the certification. If you want to create an assessment or a certification, you are most welcome to do it. In the next couple of weeks, we are also bringing in video proctored certification capability. where if in case of this pandemic, if the third wave comes in and if the schools cannot be reopened, hope that won't arise. Once if it happens, then you have capability to conduct this video proctor certification remotely. That means this has AI powered video proctoring capability, so that any anomalies will be immediately flagged. That means anybody coming into the frame or a person taking the exam going out of the frame or speaking to a speakerphone or changing the window or hitting going to the Google, all those things will be captured and immediately basically it will flag the anomalies. And this we have already tested because 260,000 of Infosys employees are using and 30 of our customers are using it globally. So in that way, it is technically, we can scale to even whether it's 10 million or 20 million of students start learning. So what you are getting is world-class learning management system with a lot of integrated capabilities and assessment engine. So as a result, that means whatever is required in a typical classroom learning scenario, which we have seen, and it has already been successfully deployed in a couple of universities outside India as well. For example, Arizona State University is already using for one of their engineering colleges. And here, as I said, about 300,000 learners have started learning. More than 300 colleges have started using it. So it is just a matter of time. Even other features like assessment or this collaboration learning platform is being launched, so that then you will get end-to-end learning needs, infrastructure needs, which is required for learning in a school or a college. Another interesting feature is the analytics feature, where the professors and the head of institutes can get access to this very fine analytics. For example, since I have access to the entire portal, you can see 307,000 is current learning. So today about 104,000 people have learned, about 34%. That's a good number. Then you can see daily how many people are coming in. Then you can see the active users every day. Then this is where it gets interesting. So we thought since most of the content which we have brought in is in the digital literacy space, they are going to use it outside school hours. But to our surprise, they start using at 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. And peak usage is happening at 2 o'clock. And really similar number is happening starting 6 o'clock as well. So this gives us confidence. Yes, basically the content which we are providing is adding value to them, and they are able to consume through the day. Okay, so this is the learning time per day. So as you can see, now the line per day per user, you can see this average curve moving up. So good to see this number. And here is also, this gives us very good confidence. This is the cumulative learning growth. I can see the explosive learning starting from end of March, almost from first week of April till now, we have 300,000 who have come in. So at the end of this year, we are targeting 1.2 million. So we have basically we have tackled that scale already, because in our enterprise learning platform, already 1.2 million learners are already using 260,000 of Infosys, and the rest of them are engineering students in India and our customer learners. So here we have visibility into where are the learners coming from, whether they are coming. As of now, we are monitoring across the cities in India. But when we roll it out to the schools and colleges, we can quickly configure this dashboard so that you can start monitoring based on the subjects, based on semesters, once they start taking assessments based on the certifications, etc. And here they can see, we can also monitor whether they are using on Android app or on laptop or desktop or on iOS. Okay. In addition, if you would like to, what is the advantage is, you will also get to see how your students are learning. For example, after a first quiz or a first assessment they take, you will get visibility into who are all the bottom 30. Then the advantage is you can focus only on the people who are lagging behind. So there's no point taking special classes even for the top 20%, which they are learning on their own. So like this will help the teachers and the professors to make data, to use the data and make a database decision to make any new interventions. You can also see which topics on an average most of them are struggling, so that you can focus only on that. And if you feel some content is not getting popular, then this will also, they can also rate the content on the platform so that you can quickly take corrective actions to enhance that, or to maybe to give additional examples, etc. So in addition, if you would like to have visibility into what the individual learners, how much they are learning, what they are learning. So here you can then download this data so that here it will give 100% visibility into what they are learning. This will come in handy if you want to find out what is that some of these bottom 30% people are struggling. So is it because of the choice of content which they are using, or lack of content, lack of consumption of the content? So like that, you can make use of this data to find out what exactly needs to be focused upon, so that you can take the learning of your students to the next level. So this is in brief which I wanted to show. Another thing is how do they navigate in case if they want to learn on their own. We also have something called Navigator. So here they will come and explore. You have learning paths. Now let's assume you want to learn about big data. If you click on big data, then there is a learning path which takes about 21 days in which they can become a specialist. So once they complete 21 days, as part of this learning path, we also have a certification attached to it, so that then they will be certified as Infosys certified big data specialist. So like that. So this is the specialist learning paths. In addition, if they are searching anything specific content, then they can click on this search. Then we have advanced search skills available. For example, on the left side, you can see more than 80,000 resources, and you have more than 2,600 courses. Here you can also see you can search by who is the source, whether it is Infosys or whether it is from Coursera. So like this, you can search. Then here on the top, in addition, we have also brought in, for example, the AngularJS if you want to learn. So we have what is called as concept graph. This is dynamically built. So advantage is once you learn something, for example, now you learn about AngularJS, next you are searching for what you want to learn next. What are the related technologies? For example, Node.js is closely related to AngularJS. Then double click that, then additional things will open up. On the left side, you can see how many courses are there related to Node.js, how many modules and resources. So this will give you an additional input on what topic or what content you are searching for. Okay. Then in addition, you have about more than 22 playgrounds currently, whether it is big data or Python, etc., which you can, this here, you no need to install any software. Once you click a button, in next 5 minutes, all the software related to particular technology, even if it is full stack or big data, etc., will get installed on a virtual machine, and it will be made available for you to learn. In addition, we will also present some of the capstone projects which you can code, and your solution will be evaluated automatically by the platform, so that there is no intervention by the teacher or the professor required to evaluate this, so that you will immediately get to know your score, and you will have the opportunity to improve yourself, and to also to discuss with your friends and learn in an effective way. So in addition, we have also curated specific channel pages. For example, for let's say ABCD, you can just search for ABCD, then you will get to see all the technologies which you would like to learn. Then you can type. You have to just click give ABCD here, and then give content type as give me a second. Yeah, this is the channel. So here we have organized here for artificial intelligence, augmented reality, and all this content you will get it in these strips. Okay, so B for big data. So this is one way of coming in. Interestingly, some of the colleges, leading colleges, they asked for specific channel pages for Python and Java so that they can yeah. So they wanted to launch a elective based on Python. Similarly, another college wanted an elective based on Java. So like that, you can create a microsite based on specific technology which you are focusing. So very soon when we launch 5G, we are also going to launch a specific microsite for 5G technology so that anybody who would like to understand and learn, they can come and learn so that they need not have to spend time in searching for it. So that is the advantage. And our next thing which we have brought in is the playlist, similar to how you learn the play. Basically, if you like a particular list of songs, you can create your own playlist. Then you can attach timeline to that playlist so that it becomes your goal. So as of now, only the individuals can set up their goals. We are also working on how we can enable the schools and colleges to set the goals for their students so that the professors will also get visibility into how the students are progressing, and it will also, the system will keep giving nudges to the learners on what they are learning and how when they are learning. So like this, we have ensured that even the system automatically brings the content which based on your interest, and once you start learning, our AI powered recommendation engine will also start recommending you the content which is next level and which is useful. So like this, we have made it is very intuitive and it's easy to learn, and we are ensuring that it is not getting monotonous or it's not getting boring. We have brought in a lot of gamification. Then you will also start earning credits as you are learning. So these credits will also be used as an incentive for it to open up next advanced level premium content, because some of the content, be it Coursera or be it from HBR or be it from Global English, we are bringing very premium content, because if you want to consume the same content, we have to pay a hefty price in the open market. Here, we are encouraging you to earn the credit before that new content opens up, the premium next level content opens up. So in that way, we are also want to ensure that people don't just keep exploring and leave learning halfway. We want them to learn. First, we will help them to guide to locate exactly what they want to learn. But once they start learning, we want them to complete what they're learning. So that's how we have again brought in a lot of interesting nudges so that they can continue to learn. So this is in brief which I wanted to share. Now I think more value will come if I answer your questions. So I'll be happy to take any questions either in the let's first start in the chat window, otherwise it will become too noisy if you open it up with the voice.
I think hope all of you enjoyed this amazing and detailed presentation. So now it is the question answer round. If you have any questions, you can either select the small icon on the platform, raise hand, and then shout and mute, or do according to the chat box. There are, I think, some questions coming in.
Yeah, there's a question on when will I get the link for CTY? If your question, if you are already registered, we have already started setting back the agenda, etc. But if you are yet to register, you can register right now itself. As I said, click on the login button. Let me just give you the link for the Infosys Head Start, so that you can click on the login and it will guide you how to log in. And once you register, then on the channel page and the announcement on the top, you can click and register. Can we register individually? As of now, yes, start registering individually if you are planning for CASDMENG CTY. Otherwise, if your school would like to register, you can send me a mail. Here is my email ID, or you can send it to this email ID.
Sir, what we can do is, as a lot of participants are there in the feedback form we added, if they are interested with the Head Start, so that we can send them back also.
Excellent. Yeah, please indicate that in your feedback form. Very soon we will send you a link. We will put the link in the chat window, so that then we will get back to you with the required documentation and the templates. We can speed it up.
Yeah, I just shared the feedback link, and there's a last question. Are you interested in getting through this Head Start? So if you click yes, I think Kiran sir or some of his colleagues from Infosys will contact you. And also for all the participants, those who are providing the feedback, we will share the presentation, the video also.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Kiran, there was one question. So what was the infrastructure? So there is no specific infrastructure needed. You just need a system where you can browse the internet or mobile with internet, or or you can download any app, right? So there is no specific. It's just a system or a mobile with internet, and you use that link and register and get on. No other specific infrastructure.
I think there's no more questions. Can we move to the last session?
Just let me repeat again, kindly fill the feedback form so that you will get the link for the video, as well as at the end of the questionnaire, there is a question, are you interested to join for the Head Start program by Infosys? If you click yes, either Kiran sir or his one of the delegates from Infosys will contact you to take it further forward. Thank you.
I think you can browse it through that registration link, or otherwise, if you are a member of Kochi Metro Sahodaya or from any other part, you can contact the Kochi Metro Sahodaya also. We will also help you to reach up to Infosys this project and implement in your schools. As sir has, when Mr. Kiran was presenting it, if you do it for the whole school, it will be convenient for the schools and children to manage. So in that way also it can happen.
And any of the schools would like to join hands, means they would like to use Head Start. We are going to do a similar presentation to your students and your management once again, dedicatedly. We have a dedicated team. So we will handhold until you are comfortable. And good to see quite a few colleges have already started using our platform, including MBITS, then also All Saints College group of schools. So good to see a lot of traction which is building up in Kerala. So we will be more than happy to give a handhold next couple of months until you are well versed with using the platform.
Yes, Kiran, there was one question on, is there any last date? So there is no last date for registration on the platform, but for the CTY, it is starting next week. So for that, you can register as soon as possible. CTY is just one of the program for the kids, but otherwise the platform is open for registration anytime. It's available 24/7. You can jump in and learn, register anytime and start using it.
Venkat, yes, it is the next CTY is starting at 4 o'clock tomorrow. That is only for the students in the age group 6th standard to 12th standard.
And teachers are not encouraged to attend that. Is it correct, sir?
It is targeted only for students, sir.
Yeah. While filling that form, you can see very well that which standard you are studying in, either 6 to 12. So you cannot.
Teachers, we have exclusive different programs, sir. On an average, we have even planned at least one program every month. In fact, in the second announcement on the same next to actually Meng is the New Horizons of Technology, which is open for engineering students and the teachers as well.
Yeah, I was just clarifying for the interest of everyone. Okay, that's an exclusive for the student. Okay, I think there is no further questions. I think somebody has also asked, can you provide program for teachers too? I think
yes,
Mr. Johnson was.
At least there is one program every month for the teachers, don't worry.
So I think we have come to
we
have come to the conclusion. We should thank Mr. Kiran for a long session, which has naturally thrown a much light on what we were all expecting to hear from you. And it's a wonderful step by Infosys. So on behalf of Kochi Metro Sahodaya, we have...
Excuse
yes?
me, ma'am. This
Yes.
is Nawaz from... Actually, I have a net issue, so I didn't get the program. I am not able to attend the program. So Is there any solution for that?
Can you please, when you go to the chat box, you can find the link. You enter all your details in that link, what is provided. You will get the video of what you have. Sir has again put it. Dr. P. Sojanlal, the principal of MEBITS, have put the feedback here again in the chat box now. I think you can use it. Is it okay?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you for your interest. Now we have our leader of Kochi Metro Sahodaya, secretary of Kochi Metro Sahodaya, and principal of Tockage Public School, Mr. Juby Paul, a dynamic person who is ready to take any initiative forward on behalf of Kochi Metro Sahodaya. Can I ask you to, sir, to deliver the vote of thanks to the community of people here today?
Yeah, of course. Thank you, Deepa ma'am. Respected distinguished members from the colleges as well as from Infosys. Good evening to one and all. I'm sure that all of you will agree with me that this evening was a very fruitful evening. Like we were all educated to a new digital platform with a whole lot of features useful for the teaching learning process. See, while listening to Francis yesterday regarding this program, the major thing that has come in front of us was why Infosys has come with such a big responsibility, with a big event of digital education, bringing digital education to the children. See, I think the best answer to that is if you ask anyone in India to say two names, two corporates in India who has got the social commitment, then of course one name will be of Infosys. Infosys has mentioned that in the corporate social responsibility policy also. They have focused education. They have given education as the second focus in the CSR policy. And the first, of course, is to eliminate poverty and hunger from our country. I also see it may be because like Infosys may believe, and we also believe that wiping off this poverty and hunger in our country, it can be done better, most efficient way through the education, by educating people. And this is definitely a big move from the Infosys to provide a platform, provide a content which is required for education, which is useful for learning, free of cost to everyone. Because at this scenario, at the present scenario, the content is the most expensive one. If you need to access to any content, then we need to pay for it, and it is a very expensive one. And Infosys is bringing out on a platform where they have incorporated gamification, they have incorporated the features of tinkering, they teach the children the e-safety tips, and the financial literacy to, in early education. These are all good moves that I could hear from Mr. Kiran, the program manager of the digital literacy program at Infosys. So from the bottom of our heart, on behalf of MEBITS and Kochi Metro Sahodaya and all those people who had listened, attended this virtual meeting today, we would like to sincerely thank the two representatives from Infosys, Mr. Victor Sundarraj, who presided today's meeting, and Mr. Kiran NG, who presented a very detailed and an elaborate presentation on this digital literacy program. Thank you, both of you, Mr. Kiran and Mr. Victor. The next one in the list is definitely the guest of honor of the day, the syndicate member of APJ Abdul Kalam Technological University, In his speech, he has mentioned about the government's policies and the Kerala's initiative in the digital literacy programs. So we are grateful to you, sir, for inaugurating this event for all of us, especially for the educators and the stakeholders of education. Thank you, sir, from the MBITS College as well as the Kochi Metro Sahodaya. Dr. Sojan P. Lal, the principal of Mar Baselius College, Kodamakulam. I think he is a mastermind behind bringing this program to Kerala and also to the schools in Kerala. A good friend of our dear President, Mr. K. Francis, has introduced this to us, and we, the Kochi Metro Sahodaya, has just taken a small responsibility to spread it to the schools around us. I think almost all the schools in Kerala has been informed about this. It is all because of the initiation that has been taken by Dr. P. Sojan Lal. On behalf of all of us who are assembled here, thank you, sir, for taking a lead role in bringing this particular platform to us. Thank you.
Sir, let me correct that. It is not my initiative. It is the Infosys initiative to have it spread across all over India. I was only a supporting member in reaching to the Kerala. Let me correct that. So with that, thank you very much.
Yeah, definitely this is an Infosys program. We all know that, but there should be somebody to bring that to us. No? And you are the connection link who has brought this to us. Otherwise, we would have not come across this. And there are around 400 people who have sat today for listening to this presentation. They would have not been there. So in that way, the thing that you have done is something great for bringing this to us, to our knowledge, for us to participate. Thank you, sir. And now the two members who are in the forefront of the Kochi Metro Sahodaya. One is a veteran educationalist who always have an openness to accept or to conceive the new ideas and technology. And it is our Francis sir, who always a veteran educationalist who always accepts the ideas in the field of technology. And it is through him that we came to know about this. And as I told earlier, the Kochi Metro Sahodaya has taken the initiative to bring this news to every school in our state. And in future also, under the able leadership of Francis sir and Dr. Deepa Chandran, the treasurer and the principal of Sri Sharada Vidyalaya Kaladi, another multi-talented lady who has got the keen interest and commitment to excel in the field of education. See, under their leadership, I think we will be able to bring it to the schools who have not attended. And Kiran sir, I would like to say, we are happy to hear from you that you will be giving personalized presentation for the schools who are interested. I think there will be many schools in the city, in Cochin city, as well as in our state, who will like to hear from you, especially to their kids, the students and their parents, the usefulness of this particular platform, this particular the platform that you have opened. So we, on behalf of Infosys, will be collecting certain details and will be forwarding to you the interested names, the schools who are interested in having this. So kindly make arrangements for them to hear about this program in detail to them. I think many of them couldn't attend today's meeting because yesterday only we could bring it to the notice of the schools, and being a Sunday evening, sometimes they might have got other personal engagements. But anyway, when the people realizes the content of this, then naturally the people will flow in, and just like the colleges has flown in to your platform, the schools also will. Thank you. Thank you, Infosys. Thank you, the two leaders of Infosys who have presented all this to us, Mr. Victor Sundarraj and Mr. Kiran NG, once again, for providing us such a big platform for our children to learn from such a big platform. Thank you.
Kiran sir, let me ask you, instead of having one school particularly, what do you think of having a cluster of schools together like what we have done? So what is your opinion in this, sir?
That's a good idea, sir. Anyway, today we have two databases. One is who registered in your Google form, which you shared since yesterday. That set of email we can communicate. Then whoever attended today, that anyway our WebEx will give us the list of IDs. And then you're also going to collect the feedback form. So with all these three combined, we can encourage them to come forward. Then we can at a later point during next week or week after that, we can organize one more.
So when it comes to Kochi Metro Sahodaya, we are sure when we started this program, there may be requests to the Kochi Metro Sahodaya. And so like when Jubi sir is there, Francis sir is there, and we are there, I feel that we can ourselves know that which are the schools which are closely connected in that places. So even we can help you to try to form clusters. So that on convenient days we can fix and cover many of the schools according to their request, so that we can put up the dates to them, and when we plan it meticulously, you don't have to spend much of the time. Suppose if Jubi sir's school wants it and my school wants it, we can fix it in on the same day, so that all of them listen. Or those where the strength is more and all the students have to attend, 2000 is there, we can have individually, and that way also we can, we can plan it out.
Yes.
So that will be more helpful when you start doing it. And as per the district wise, if it is possible, if somebody comes with a request, we can sort it out and pass it to you.
Yeah, that's a good.
It was an amazing. It was an
And
amazing
again, as you
session.
say, virtual connection, physical, location is also not important also. So we can gather from different parts of Kerala together also.
So even
And
students
sir,
are coming.
sir, there is a question based on the feedback. When we will be contacting? There is a question in the chat box.
No, tomorrow itself we will send an email about the information, additional artifacts, because we also have the recordings. We have some of the documents. All those things tomorrow itself they will get it. Then depending on the demand, as Deepa ma'am rightly suggested, then we will cluster them and we will take them in batches. So we will ensure
I think
that
this program will give a good momentum for that, so that more people will get to know about that. And again, a lot of people really wanted to attend, but they could not due to various reasons. And so we can engage and start them. That's really good.
Yes.
We think Kiran sir, we can go forward. We can discuss after the meeting also. Okay.
Sure.
Yes.
So,
Okay, sir. So can we
anything
conclude?
else? Otherwise, we can close.
Yes. Now I think we have.
Shall I ask you a doubt, Mr. Kiran?
Yes.
Will you be providing content based on the syllabus to the children?
So as you would have seen in our presentation, so we are not directly focusing on the academic content. Okay, this is digital literacy content, life skills and lifelong skills, which we are bringing in, because we believe all the academic related content is already with the schools or with let's say Diksha platform, which is being rolled out, or Khan Academy being there. So, however, we will encourage you to author and bring your content available on the platform. So the actually advantages of the platform will come in when the school starts collaborating. I am sure if you have 1,000 schools, I am sure that there will be top 20 schools who have excellent content already. If one school brings in, let's say, one 6th standard content of, let's say, one curriculum, if they are ready to share with other schools who are bringing in, that is where you can leverage the power of the platform. So nobody needs to duplicate the content.
Okay, so if the schools want, they can bring the academic content also to your platform, so that the children can have a single window for accessing both academic and the other activities like the life skills and the other things. Okay.
That's right.
So
that's the
similar
intent
to
of
that,
the
I think
microsite.
Kiran's.
Sorry, yeah. So, Mr. Juvi, so that's the intent of the microsites, where the schools can create, your microsite, and you can bring in your contents and keep it restricted to your school and kids as well. Or if you want to make it available, to a larger audience through the platform, you can do that as well. Both options are available.
I think we have come to the end of the concluding part of this session. It was a wonderful webinar where I think when we were looking into the content, hope many of the people, those who we are in the field of education now as teachers or principal, would like to go back to the age of this group to come again and to study these contents again. So it's such a wonderful thing to learn. And we as educators always, because we are in school education, not like the engineering college, we always feel we are so young with children of that age group. So I think it was wonderful knowing that such a platform is there, and we will be again associating with you. I was so happy to find Mr. Victor and Mr. Kiran all along from the beginning to the end of the program, so keenly listening to each and every one. And also, as Jubi sir has pointed out, the principal of Embedd's College of Kodamangalam, who has been with a smiling face, encouraging and bringing in with a vision that education and the knowledge has to be shared and it has to be imparted to everyone. So thank you once again, and let us meet again and again for this wonderful cause which Infosys has come forward. And as you said, the company which the corporate which always have a social value in it. So thank you, and have a peaceful day and night, and also keep safe and keep always healthy with a smile. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all.
Thank you all. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.